Maya Rodriguez carefully placed her last painting on the cardboard easel. The morning sun was just starting to warm the busy Los Angeles street corner where she had set up her small art display. She stepped back and looked at her work. 12 paintings in total, each one painted during the long hours she spent in the hospital. Her hands shook slightly as she wrote the price on a small piece of paper and taped it to the easel. $25. It seemed like so little money, but every dollar counted now. The chemotherapy treatments were expensive, and her family was running out of options. "Are you sure about this, Maya?" her younger brother Carlos asked. He was only 12, but he understood more about their family's problems than most kids his age. He had helped her carry the paintings and the folding table from their apartment 3 blocks away. "We have to try something," Maya said. She smoothed down her blue headscarf and checked her reflection in the window of the shop behind them. The scarf hid the fact that she had lost most of her hair from the treatments. "Mom works 2 jobs already. Dad sends what money he can from Phoenix. This is something I can do." Carlos nodded and helped her arrange the paintings so people walking by could see them better. Maya had painted most of them during her chemotherapy sessions at the hospital. The nurses said it was good for her to stay busy, to keep her mind off the treatment. What started as a way to pass time had become something more. She discovered she loved mixing colors and creating shapes that showed how she felt inside. The paintings were different from anything she had seen before. They were not pictures of real things like flowers or houses. Instead, they were swirls of color that seemed to move even when they were still. Some had deep blues and purples that reminded her of the night sky. Others had bright yellows and oranges that made her think of sunrise. Her favorite painting had silver and white spirals that looked like they were spinning toward something far away. "Maya, are you eating enough?" Their mother, Elena, called from across the street. She was supposed to be getting ready for her job at the restaurant, but Maya could see her watching nervously from their apartment window. "I'm fine, Mom," Maya called back. It was not completely true. The treatments made her tired and sometimes sick to her stomach, but she felt better when she was painting. It was like all the bad feelings could flow out through her brush onto the canvas. The first hour was slow. People walked by quickly, most of them heading to work or the nearby coffee shops. A few stopped to look, but no one bought anything. Maya tried not to feel discouraged. She had expected this. Art was not something people bought every day, especially from a 15-year-old girl on a street corner. "Excuse me," a man's voice said. Maya looked up to see a tall man in a dark jacket looking at her paintings. He had kind eyes and was maybe 40 years old. "These are really beautiful. Did you paint all of these yourself?" "Yes, sir," Maya said. She stood up straighter and tried to sound professional, like the art teachers at school had taught her. "Each one is original. I painted them during my treatment sessions." The man studied the paintings more carefully. He stopped in front of the one with the silver spirals, the same one Maya liked best. "This one is incredible," he said. "It looks like it's moving. How did you learn to paint like this?" Maya felt her cheeks get warm. No one had ever asked her about her technique before. "I just paint what I see in my mind," she said. "When I'm getting my chemo, I close my eyes and imagine I'm somewhere else, somewhere beautiful and far away. Then I try to paint what I imagined." The man was quiet for a moment. He seemed to be thinking about something important. "What kind of treatment are you getting?" he asked gently. "Leukemia," Maya said. She had learned not to be embarrassed about saying it. "Blood cancer. The doctors say I have a good chance if I can finish all the treatments." "I'm Detective Murphy," the man said. "Ryan Murphy. I work downtown, but I live near here. I walk this way every morning to get coffee." He pointed to the silver spiral painting. "How much for this one?" Maya looked at the price tag. $25. Detective Murphy reached into his wallet and pulled out 2 $20 bills. "Here," he said, handing her the money. "Keep the change. And I want you to know something. You have real talent. Don't let anyone tell you different." Maya felt tears start to form in her eyes, but she blinked them away. "Thank you," she said. "Thank you so much." After Detective Murphy left with his painting, Maya felt more hopeful. One sale was a good start. She rearranged the remaining paintings and waited for more people to notice her small gallery. The morning got busier as more people walked by on their way to work. A woman in a business suit stopped and bought a small painting with purple and blue swirls for her office. A college student bought one with bright orange and red colors, saying it reminded him of music. Each sale made Maya feel stronger and more confident. By lunchtime, she had sold 4 paintings and made $115. It was more money than she had expected to make in a whole day. Carlos had brought her a sandwich and a bottle of water from home, and they sat on the curb behind her display to eat. "This is working," Carlos said. "People really like your paintings." "I think so too," Maya said. She felt tired but happy. "Maybe we can do this every weekend until I finish my treatments." "Maya," Carlos said, looking down the street. "Someone else is coming, and he looks important." Maya turned to see what her brother was talking about. A man was walking toward them, but he was still too far away for her to see his face clearly. He was tall and had dark hair, and he walked like someone who was thinking about something serious. As he got closer, Maya could see that he was probably an actor or someone famous. He had that look that famous people had, like he was used to people watching him. But he was not acting like he wanted attention. He was just walking normally, looking at the shops and buildings like any regular person. The man stopped in front of Maya's paintings and began to study them carefully. He looked at each one for a long time, like he was trying to understand something important about them. When he got to the painting with the silver and white spirals, the one that looked like Maya's favorite, he stopped completely. "Did you paint this?" he asked. His voice was quiet and serious. "Yes," Maya said. "I painted all of them." The man continued to stare at the painting. Maya wondered what he was thinking about. She had never seen anyone look at her art quite like that before. The man stood in front of Maya's painting for what felt like a very long time. Maya watched him carefully, trying to figure out who he was. He wore simple clothes, just a black t-shirt and jeans, but something about him seemed different from other people who had stopped at her art stand. "This painting," he said finally, pointing to the one with silver and white spirals. "What made you paint this particular image?" Maya looked at the painting she had made during one of her hardest treatment days. The spirals seemed to spin and move toward the center like they were trying to reach something far away. "I was really sick that day," she said. "The medicine made me feel terrible, so I closed my eyes and tried to imagine I was somewhere else. I saw myself floating in space, reaching toward the stars. Like maybe if I could get far enough away, the sickness couldn't follow me there." The man nodded slowly. "It's beautiful," he said, "and very powerful. You can feel the emotion in it." "Thank you," Maya said. She still could not place where she might have seen this man before, but he seemed familiar somehow. Carlos leaned over and whispered in her ear, "Maya, I think that's Keanu Reeves." Maya looked at the man again. Now that Carlos said it, she could see it. The actor from all those action movies her dad liked to watch. But he was not acting like a movie star. He was just talking to her like a normal person. Like her art really mattered to him. "You're him, aren't you?" Maya asked. "The actor?" Keanu smiled. "I am. But right now I'm just someone who really likes your art." "How long have you been painting?" "About a year," Maya said. "I started when I got sick. The doctor said it would be good for me to have something creative to do during treatments." "And you taught yourself?" "Mostly. I take art class at school when I'm feeling well enough to go. But most of what I do, I just figure out myself." Keanu picked up another painting, this one with deep purple and blue colors that swirled together like a storm. "This one is incredible too. You have a very unique style. It's like you're painting feelings instead of things." "That's exactly what I'm doing," Maya said, surprised that he understood. "I don't try to paint what things look like, I try to paint what they feel like." "How much for this one and the one with the spirals?" Keanu asked. Maya looked at the price tags. $50 for both. Keanu reached into his pocket and pulled out his wallet. He counted out several bills and handed them to Maya. "Here's $300, he said. "I want to buy both paintings, and I want to help with your treatments." Maya stared at the money in her hand. It was more than she had hoped to make in a month of selling art. "This is too much," she said. I can't take all this. Yes, you can, Keanu said. Your art is worth it, and more importantly, you are worth it. Carlos was staring with his mouth open. Maya, do you know how much money that is? That's like 10 of Mom's shifts at the restaurant. Other people on the street were starting to notice what was happening. A few people had their phones out and were taking pictures. Maya heard someone say, "Is that really Keanu Reeves?" But she tried to ignore them. Can I ask you something? Keanu said. When you paint these, do you ever feel like you're seeing things that are very far away? Like you're looking at places that might not even be on Earth? Maya was surprised by the question. Yes, she said. Sometimes when I'm painting, it feels like I'm seeing other worlds. Places with different colors and different kinds of light. I know it sounds crazy. It doesn't sound crazy at all, Keanu said. I think artists see things that other people can't see. They show us what's possible. A small crowd was gathering now. People were taking more pictures and some were asking for autographs. Keanu signed a few things, but he kept coming back to talk to Maya. I'm going to be in town for a few more weeks, he said. I'm working on a movie. Would it be okay if I came back to see more of your art? Really? Maya asked. You would do that? I would like to very much. And I want to tell some people about your work. There are art collectors who would be very interested in what you're doing. Maya felt overwhelmed. A few hours ago, she had been worried about making enough money for her next treatment. Now a famous actor was buying her paintings and talking about art collectors. I have to go back to work now, Keanu said. But I want you to promise me something. Keep painting. Don't let anyone tell you that what you're doing isn't important. Your art has something special in it. I promise, Maya said. Keanu carefully picked up his 2 paintings. And Maya? I know fighting cancer is hard, but you're stronger than you know. Keep fighting. After he left, the crowd stayed for a while. Some people bought paintings just because they had seen Keanu Reeves there. Others seemed genuinely interested in Maya's art. By the end of the day, she had sold 8 paintings and made over $600. This is unbelievable, Carlos said as they packed up the remaining paintings. Wait until Mom hears about this. Maya was tired but happier than she had been in months. The money would help a lot with her treatments, but that was not the most important thing. Someone had looked at her art and understood what she was trying to do. Someone had seen the places in her mind and thought they were beautiful. That night, Maya's story was all over social media. Videos of Keanu buying her paintings were shared thousands of times. People were calling her the young artist who touched Keanu's heart, and the girl who paints her dreams. But Maya did not know yet that her paintings were about to attract attention from much farther away than Hollywood. The spirals and patterns she painted while dreaming of other worlds were more accurate than she could have imagined. And someone very far from Earth had been waiting a very long time for a human who could see what Maya could see. As Maya fell asleep that night, she dreamed again of floating among the stars. But this time, she was not alone. Something was out, there watching and waiting, ready to make contact with the girl who could paint the impossible. Dr. Lisa Chen was eating lunch at her desk when she first saw the video. One of her co-workers had sent her the link with a message that said, "Cute story about a sick girl and Keanu Reeves." Lisa almost deleted it without watching. She had too much work to do, and she did not usually have time for feel-good internet stories. But something made her click on the video anyway. Maybe it was because she had been working on the same impossible problem for 3 years, and she needed a break from thinking about it. The video showed a young girl with a blue headscarf selling paintings on a street corner. The girl was talking to Keanu Reeves about her art, explaining how she painted what she saw in her dreams. Lisa was only half paying attention until the camera zoomed in on one of the paintings. Lisa dropped her sandwich and leaned closer to her computer screen. The painting showed silver and white spirals that seemed to spin toward the center. But Lisa saw something else in those spirals. She saw mathematical patterns that she had been studying for 3 years, patterns that came from outer space. This is impossible, Lisa whispered to herself. She took a screenshot of the painting and opened another program on her computer. This program contained coded messages that had been received by radio telescopes around the world. Messages that seemed to come from somewhere near a star called Kepler 442, which was about 1/200 light-years away from Earth. For 3 years, Lisa and her team had been trying to decode these messages. They knew the messages were not natural radio signals from space. Someone or something was sending them on purpose, but no one could figure out what they meant. Lisa compared the screenshot of the painting to the decoded patterns from space. Her hands started to shake. The spirals in the painting matched the mathematical formulas in the alien messages. Not just similar, exactly the same. "This cannot be happening," Lisa said out loud. She took off her glasses and cleaned them, then looked at the screen again. The patterns were still there, still matching. Lisa worked for a secret government department that studied signals from space. Her official job title was Radio Astronomy Specialist, but she really worked for a group called the Department of Extraterrestrial Affairs. Most people did not know this department existed, but it had been listening for alien messages for over 50 years. Lisa picked up her phone and called her boss, Agent Kevin Walsh. "Kevin, I need you to come to my office right now and bring the Kepler files." "What's wrong?" Kevin asked. "You sound strange. Just bring the files." "And Kevin, this is big, really big." 20 minutes later, Kevin was standing behind Lisa's desk, looking at her computer screen. He was a tall man with gray hair who had been investigating strange things for the government for almost 30 years. Very few things surprised him anymore, but this was one of those things. "Show me again," Kevin said. Lisa clicked back and forth between the painting and the alien message patterns. "Look at the spiral in the painting. Now look at the mathematical formula from the Kepler messages. They are the same." Kevin was quiet for a long time. How could a 15-year-old girl from Los Angeles know about classified alien messages? "She doesn't know," Lisa said. "That's what makes this so incredible. She painted this while she was getting chemotherapy. She said she was dreaming about floating in space." "What kind of chemotherapy?" Lisa pulled up more information about Maya that she had found online. "Leukemia. She's been getting treatments for about a year. The same amount of time she's been painting." Kevin sat down in the chair next to Lisa's desk. "You think the cancer treatment is connected to this somehow?" "I think the chemotherapy drugs might be affecting her brain in a way that lets her see or understand things that normal people cannot," Lisa said. "Some cancer drugs can cause hallucinations or change how the brain processes information. What if they are letting her brain pick up on the alien signals? That sounds like science fiction. So did radio signals from space 3 years ago. But we've been receiving them every day since then." Kevin looked at the painting again. "What do the patterns mean? Have you figured out what the aliens are trying to tell us?" Lisa pulled up another file on her computer. "I think they are technical diagrams, instructions for building something, maybe a way to travel faster than light, or a new kind of energy source. But the math is so advanced that we can't understand it." "But this girl can understand it?" "Not consciously," Lisa said. "But somehow her brain is translating the signals into visual images. She's painting the alien messages without knowing that's what she's doing." Kevin stood up and started pacing around the small office. "We need to find this girl. We need to talk to her." "We have to be careful," Lisa said. "She's just a kid. And she's sick. We can't just show up and tell her she's been painting alien messages." "What do you suggest?" Lisa thought about it. "We go slow. We approach her family and say we're art dealers. We're interested in buying more of her paintings. We gain their trust first. And then we try to figure out if she can help us decode the rest of the messages. If she really can translate alien communications into art, she might be humanity's first contact with another species." Kevin looked out the window at the city below. Somewhere out there, a teenage girl was painting pictures that might contain the secrets of the universe, and she had no idea. "What if she gets worse?" Kevin asked. "What if the cancer treatment stops working? What if she loses this ability?" "Then we lose our only connection to the aliens," Lisa said. "That's why we need to move fast. That evening, Lisa stayed late at the office, studying every painting Maya had made that was shown in the videos and pictures online. Each one contained elements that matched the alien messages. The more she looked, the more convinced she became that Maya was somehow receiving and translating communications from space. Lisa found herself wondering about the aliens who were sending the messages. Were they trying to help humanity? Were they looking for friends among the stars? Or were they testing to see if humans were smart enough to understand their technology? One thing was certain. A sick girl in Los Angeles had become the most important person on Earth, and she did not even know it. Lisa and Kevin would have to find a way to protect her while learning from her gift. Because if Maya's paintings really did contain alien technology, they could change everything about humanity's future. As Lisa finally packed up her things to go home, she looked one more time at the screenshot of Maya's painting. The spirals seemed to be moving, reaching toward something far away. Maybe they were reaching toward the stars where the messages came from. Or maybe they were reaching toward a future where humans and aliens could work together. Either way, Lisa knew that tomorrow would be the beginning of something that would change the world forever. Maya was painting in her bedroom when her mother called from the kitchen. "Maya, there are some people here to see you. They say they want to buy your art." Maya put down her brush and walked to the living room. Two people in nice clothes were sitting on the couch talking to her mother. One was an Asian woman with short black hair and glasses. The other was a white man with gray hair who looked like he might be a police officer or someone important from the government. "Maya, this is Dr. Chen and Mr. Walsh," her mother said. "They saw your paintings online and want to talk to you about them." Dr. Chen smiled at Maya. "Your artwork is really amazing. We represent some art collectors who are very interested in your unique style." Maya sat down across from them. Something felt strange about these people, but she could not figure out what it was. They seemed too serious to be regular art dealers. "Which paintings are they interested in?" Maya asked. Mr. Walsh pulled out a tablet and showed her pictures of several of her paintings. "Especially these ones, the ones with the spiral patterns and the mathematical shapes. They're very unusual." "I don't paint mathematical shapes," Maya said. "I just paint what I see in my head." "That's what makes them so special," Dr. Chen said. "Can you tell us more about what you see when you paint these?" Maya looked at her mother, who nodded for her to go ahead. "When I'm getting my chemo treatments, I close my eyes and imagine I'm floating in space. I see lights and patterns that look like they're moving. Sometimes I feel like I'm not alone out there, like something is trying to talk to me." Dr. Chen and Mr. Walsh looked at each other quickly. Maya caught the look and knew there was something they were not telling her. "What's really going on?" Maya asked. "You're not art dealers, are you?" Mr. Walsh was quiet for a moment, then he said, "You're very smart, Maya. No, we're not exactly art dealers. We work for the government. We study unusual things." Maya's mother stood up quickly. "Government? What kind of government people? What do you want with my daughter?" "Please, Mrs. Rodriguez," Dr. Chen said. "We're not here to cause any trouble. We think Maya might have a very special gift, a gift that could help a lot of people." "What kind of gift?" Maya asked. Dr. Chen opened her laptop and showed Maya a screen full of numbers and symbols. "For 3 years we've been receiving radio signals from space. We think they're messages from another planet, but we can't understand what they mean." Maya stared at the screen. The patterns looked familiar, but she could not remember where she had seen them before. "Yesterday, I saw your paintings online," Dr. Chen continued. "The patterns in your art are exactly the same as the patterns in these space messages." "That's impossible," Maya's mother said. "Maya doesn't know anything about space messages." "That's what makes this so incredible," Mr. Walsh said. "We think Maya's brain is somehow picking up these signals and turning them into pictures. She's translating alien messages without knowing she's doing it." Maya felt dizzy. "Aliens? You think I'm painting messages from aliens?" "We think the chemotherapy drugs you're taking might be changing your brain in a way that lets you understand these signals," Dr. Chen explained. "It's like your brain has become a radio that can pick up transmissions from very far away." Maya's mother sat back down hard. "This is crazy. You're telling me my daughter is talking to aliens? Not exactly talking, Mr. Walsh said. More like receiving their messages and painting them without knowing what they are. Maya looked at her paintings hanging on the wall, the spirals and swirls that she had painted during her worst treatment days. Are you saying these are real? The things I see in my head are real? We think so, Dr. Chen said. And we think the aliens have been waiting for someone like you, someone who could understand their messages. Just then, Maya's phone rang. It was Keanu Reeves. Maya, I hope it's okay that I'm calling. I wanted to check on you. It's fine, Maya said, but her voice sounded strange. Is everything all right? You sound upset. Maya looked at the government people sitting in her living room. Some people are here. They say my paintings have alien messages in them. There was silence on the phone for a moment. Then Keanu said, Don't say anything else until I get there. What's the address? Maya gave him the address, and Keanu said he would be there in 20 minutes. Who was that? Mr. Walsh asked. Keanu Reeves, Maya said. He's coming over. Dr. Chen, and Mr. Walsh looked surprised. The actor? He bought some of my paintings. He's been helping my family. When Keanu arrived, he listened carefully as Dr. Chen and Mr. Walsh explained everything again. He asked many questions about how they knew the patterns matched and what they wanted Maya to do. So you're telling me that Maya has become some kind of translator between Earth and aliens? Keanu asked. That's what we believe, Dr. Chen said. And what do you want from her? We want her to keep painting, Mr. Walsh said. But we want to work with her. We want to study her paintings and try to understand what the aliens are telling us. What's in it for Maya? Keanu asked. And what's in it for her family? We can make sure she gets the best medical care available, Dr. Chen said. And we can pay her family for her help. Maya's mother spoke up. What if we say no? What if we don't want Maya involved in this? Then we go away and never bother you again, Mr. Walsh said. But Mrs. Rodriguez, your daughter might be the key to humanity's first contact with another species. This could change everything. Maya had been quiet during most of the conversation. Now she spoke up. What are the aliens trying to tell us? We don't know yet, Dr. Chen said. But we think they might be trying to share their knowledge with us. Maybe technology that could help us travel to other planets. Maybe cures for diseases. Maybe just wanting to be friends. Maya thought about all the times she had felt like something was watching her when she painted, all the times she had felt like she was not alone in the dark spaces between the stars. If I help you, Maya said, do you promise that no one will hurt me or my family? I promise, Mr. Walsh said. And do you promise that if I want to stop, I can stop? Yes, Dr. Chen said. Maya looked at Keanu, who nodded at her. Then she looked at her mother, who took her hand. Okay, Maya said. I'll help you try to talk to the aliens, but I want Keanu to be there too, and I want my family to know everything that's happening. Deal, Mr. Walsh said, as Maya agreed to help decode the alien messages. None of them knew that far away in space something was getting ready to answer back. 3 weeks later, Maya was working in a special room that the government had built just for her. It looked like an art studio, but it had computers and scientific equipment that she did not understand. Dr. Chen and her team watched everything. Maya painted, looking for new patterns and messages. Maya felt much better than she had in months. The government doctors had given her new medicine that helped fight the cancer without making her as sick as the old treatments. But the strange dreams and visions were stronger than ever. I can see them more clearly now, Maya told Dr. Chen as she worked on a large canvas. The beings who are sending the messages, they don't look like people, but they're not scary. They seem kind. What do they look like? Dr. Chen asked, writing notes on her tablet. They're tall and thin, and their skin looks like it changes color. They have big eyes that remind me of the ocean, and they live on a world with 2 suns. Maya added blue and silver paint to her brush. They've been trying to talk to humans for a very long time. Keanu was sitting in a chair nearby, watching Maya paint. He had kept his promise to stay involved and came to visit her every few days. What do they want to tell us? Maya paused with her brush in the air. They want to be friends. They want to share things with us. They think humans are special because we can create beautiful things even when we're hurting. Like your paintings, Keanu said. Yes, they say most species in the galaxy only think about math and science, but humans think about art and music and stories too. That makes us good partners for exploring space. Dr. Chen looked at the painting Maya was working on. It showed mathematical formulas painted in beautiful colors, like equations dancing across the canvas. Maya, do you understand what these formulas mean? Not with my regular brain, Maya said. But when I'm painting, it's like another part of my mind knows exactly what they mean. This one is about how to make spaceships travel faster than light. Mr. Walsh, who had been watching from the corner, stepped forward. Are you saying this painting contains instructions for building faster than light travel? Yes, Maya said, simply. The aliens want to teach us how to visit other worlds, but first they want to make sure we're ready. Ready for what? Maya mixed more colors on her palette. Ready to meet other species without being afraid. Ready to explore the galaxy as friends, not as conquerors. Over the next several days, Maya painted diagram after diagram. Each painting contained more alien knowledge. Instructions for new kinds of medicine that could cure diseases. Plans for machines that could clean pollution from the air and water. Designs for computers that were smarter than anything humans had ever built. But the most important painting was one that Maya worked on for 3 days straight. It was huge, covering an entire wall of the studio. It showed Earth surrounded by stars with lines of light connecting it to other worlds. This is a map, Maya explained to the team gathered around her. It shows all the planets in our part of the galaxy, where intelligent life exists. And look. She pointed to a spot near Earth on the map. This is where the aliens are coming from. They're already on their way here. Dr. Chen stared at the map. They're coming here? To Earth? Yes, but not to invade or anything scary like that. They want to meet us officially, like introducing themselves properly instead of just sending radio messages. When? Mr. Walsh asked. Maya touched the painting with her fingers, like she was reading something written there. Soon, maybe a few months. They had to make sure we were ready first. And are we ready? They think so. Because of me. Because a human was able to understand their messages and paint them into pictures. That proves that our species can work together. Keanu walked closer to the wall-sized painting. Maya, this is incredible. You've painted a map of alien civilizations. Not just alien civilizations, Maya said. Future human civilizations too. The aliens want to help us spread out to other worlds. They want to teach us how to live among the stars. Dr. Chen was taking pictures of every part of the painting. Maya, do you know how many species are shown on this map? Maya counted the connected worlds in her painting. 43 different species, and now humans will be the 44th. That evening, Maya's family came to see her work. Her mother cried when she saw the huge painting covering the wall. My daughter painted a map of the universe, Elena whispered to Keanu. She did more than that, Keanu said. She opened a door between Earth and the stars. Carlos stood in front of one section of the painting. Maya, what's this part? Maya looked where her brother was pointing. It showed humans and aliens working together on spaceships and space stations. That's the future. Humans and aliens exploring the galaxy together. You could be one of those people, Carlos. You could travel to other worlds. Really? The aliens are going to teach us how. And they want to start with young people, because young minds learn faster. Dr. Chen pulled Maya aside. Maya, there's something we need to discuss. Your latest medical tests show that the cancer is almost completely gone. That's good news, right? It's wonderful news. But we're worried about what will happen to your ability to see the alien messages when you finish your treatments. Maya had been thinking about this too. I asked them about that. The aliens. They said the connection is permanent now. The medicine changed my brain in a way that can't be changed back. I'll always be able to see their messages. So you'll always be able to paint what they're telling us? Yes. And they said other humans can learn to do it too. They're going to teach us how to train more translators. That night, Maya painted one final small painting. It showed her standing on a platform, with humans and aliens all around her. Everyone was smiling and holding hands. "What's this one?" Dr. Chen asked. "This is the day we officially become friends with the aliens," Maya said. "The day they land on Earth and we welcome them. And it's going to happen very soon." As Maya put down her brush, radio telescopes around the world began picking up a new signal from space. This time the message was not in mathematical code. It was in simple language that everyone could understand. "People of Earth," the message said, "we are coming to meet you. Thank you for sending us your artist. She has shown us that humanity is ready to join the galactic community. We will arrive in peace, and we look forward to becoming your friends among the stars." Maya smiled as she heard Dr. Chen reading the message out loud. The hard part was over. Now the real adventure could begin. 2 years later, Maya stood on the deck of the first human spaceship that could travel faster than light. She was completely healthy now, and her hair had grown back thick and curly. But more importantly, she was no longer the only human who could translate alien messages into art. The spaceship was called the Harmony, and it was built using the technology that Maya had painted during her treatments. The ship was beautiful, with curved walls that looked like they were made of silver, light. Maya had helped design parts of it by painting what the aliens showed her in her dreams. "Maya, are you ready for this?" Keanu asked as he joined her at the large window that looked out into space. He was now the official Earth ambassador for human-alien relations, a job that had been created just for him after the aliens arrived. "I've been ready my whole life," Maya said. "I just didn't know it until I got sick and started painting." Through the window, they could see their destination. It was a space station that looked like a giant flower made of crystal and metal. This was the central hub, where representatives from all 44 species in their part of the galaxy came to meet and work together. "Captain Johnson, we're approaching the docking bay," came a voice over the ship's communication system. Captain Sarah Johnson had been chosen to command the Harmony because she was one of the first humans to learn the new navigation system based on Maya's paintings. "Thank you, Lieutenant Davis. Maya, would you like to do the honors?" Maya walked to the ship's control panel and placed her hands on a special screen. The screen lit up with swirling patterns that looked like her paintings. This was how the new ships were steered, by humans who could think in the visual language that the aliens had taught them. The Harmony moved smoothly into the docking bay of the space station. Through the windows, Maya could see aliens from different worlds waiting to greet them. Some looked like tall plants with arms and legs. Others looked like dolphins that could walk upright. And there were the ones who had first contacted Earth, the blue-skinned people with big ocean-colored eyes. "I still can't believe this is real," said Carlos, who was now 18 and one of the first students at the new Galactic Communication Academy. He had learned to paint alien mathematics almost as well as his sister. The doors of the ship opened and Maya stepped out into the space station. The air smelled like flowers and ocean water mixed together. An alien who looked like she was made of living crystal approached them. "Welcome, Maya Rodriguez of Earth," the crystal being said in perfect English. "I am Commander Zara of the Crystal Worlds. We have been waiting to meet you." "Thank you for inviting us," Maya said. She had practiced this moment many times, but it still felt like a dream. "Your paintings changed everything," Commander Zara said. "Before you, we thought humans might be too warlike to join our alliance. But when we saw that a sick child could turn our mathematical formulas into beautiful art, we knew your species had the creativity and hope we needed." Keanu stepped forward. "What happens now?" An alien that looked like a blue dolphin with arms answered. "Now we begin the real work, exploring new parts of the galaxy together. There are young species out there who need our help, just like humans needed help 2 years ago." Maya was led to a special room in the space station. The walls were covered with paintings and artwork from all 44 species. In the center of the room was a new section that had been created just for human art. Maya's original painting, the one with the silver spirals that Keanu had bought on the street corner, was displayed in a place of honor. "This painting started it all," Commander Zara explained. It was the first time a human successfully translated our language into visual form. Detective Ryan Murphy, who was now head of security for the Earth delegation, stood next to the painting. I remember the day I bought this. I just thought I was helping a sick kid make some money. You were, Maya said, but you were also helping to save humanity's future. The ceremony that followed was unlike anything humans had ever experienced. Representatives from all 44 species gathered in a huge chamber at the center of the space station. Maya was asked to create a new painting that would represent Earth's official joining of the Galactic Alliance. As Maya painted, she could feel the thoughts and hopes of billions of humans back on Earth. She painted swirling galaxies and dancing stars. She painted humans and aliens working together to build new worlds and explore the unknown. And at the center of it all, she painted a small blue planet where a sick girl had once sold artwork on a street corner and changed the destiny of her entire species. When the painting was finished, all 44 species signed it in their own languages. It was hung in the Hall of Unity, where it would remind everyone of how creativity and hope could overcome any obstacle. Maya, Commander Zara said as the ceremony ended, we have a gift for your species. She led Maya to another room, where a large screen showed a view of Earth from space. But this was not the Earth that Maya remembered. This Earth had clean oceans and air, cities powered by alien technology that didn't pollute, and in orbit around the planet were space stations where humans were learning to live among the stars. The medical technology we shared has cured most diseases on your world, Commander Zara explained. No child will have to suffer from cancer the way you did. Maya felt tears in her eyes. That's the best gift you could give us. You gave us a gift. Too, Commander Zara said. You showed us that intelligence and creativity together are more powerful than either one alone. That's why humans will be valuable partners as we explore the galaxy. As Maya looked out at the stars, she thought about her old art stand on the corner in Los Angeles. The city had turned that corner into a small park called Artists' Corner, where young people could display their artwork for free. A statue of Maya painting stood in the center of the park, with words carved below it that said, "Creativity can change the universe." Maya smiled as she remembered how scared she had been the first day she set up her paintings on that corner. She had just been trying to make enough money for her medical treatments. She never imagined that her art would help humanity join a galactic civilization. Ready to go home? Keanu asked, joining her at the window. In a little while, Maya said. First, I want to paint what I see out there. All those stars and planets. We're going to explore together. As Maya began to paint the view from the space station, she knew that this was just the beginning. Humanity's greatest adventure was just starting, and it had all begun with a sick girl who refused to give up. Hope,